Now, what are the services that all can be used with adding a table? So to add table, you can insert table. Okay, there's an option in the insert menu where you can uh, click to insert the table. So this kind of a checkered box you can see, and this means how many rows, how many columns and how many rows you want to add to your table. Okay, then you can even later on you can add even more. It also in case you want to customize the table, it also gives you the option to uh, create the settings in a dialog box like this. Okay, so once we've added the table, we can edit the table as well. Okay, we can uh, choose to see the specified borders, or we can hide the borders. Okay, so there are many options to add and remove borders from the tables. Then changing the color scheme of the tables is also possible. Then width of the columns can also be changed. Okay, so this is how the width of the columns can be determined, and you can also change the width of the column physically, and you can also change from the settings. Then table properties show you the width and measurement of uh, columns, rows, cells and the entire table. Then adding row, you can even add a row. You can just simply click right click on the row that you want to add the new row, maybe after or before it, and when you click on it, you will be shown an option to add before or add after. Okay, like here, insert left, insert right, so these are for columns, and insert above and insert below is for rows. Okay, then deleting rows or cells, so just select and delete the cells. So it will give you these options, whether you want to shift the cells to the left or shift the cells to the shift cells up. Okay, or delete the entire row or delete the entire column. Then merging and splitting cells. So merging cells means you can merge two cells, remove the barrier in the middle. Splitting cells is just the opposite. You can split the cells into split one cell into two parts. Like here, you can see here. Here, see, it will show you there's an option to split table. Sorry, split cells and split table. So when you split cells, it will ask you to give the number of columns and rows you want to split the cell into. Okay, and like here it has given number of columns 3 and number of cells 2, so it has split this particular cell into 3 columns and 2 rows. Okay, then drawing a table, you can even draw the table manually through using your mouse. There's an eraser button as well, where you can delete the columns or rows that you want to remove if you can't use the setting. Okay, so this is the summary what all you can do: insert table, change width and of columns, add a row, add a column, delete row, column, cell, table, merge cells or split cells, and draw a table. Next we come to printing Word documents. So when we want to print the documents, there's an option to print the document.
तुम्हारे पीछे पीछे चले हम देख रहे थे अब वही अच्छी गाड़ी चलाता है।
Print layout view will show you how the printout will look after you print it. So here it shows you the size of the printout on the actual page size, so you can get an idea about the final hard copy. Then page setup gives you various settings to change or to alter the printout before you have actually taken the printout, on the size of the paper, which type of paper you are using. Means there are various sizes like A3, A4, letter format. Okay, so you can choose the size of the paper. You can also give it the number of printouts you want the number of copies, which printer you're using. There may be multiple printers attached to the computer. Then if you want to print all the pages or some specific pages, you can give a range from where to where you want to print. Okay, for example, if the document is 100 pages long and you just want few pages, like maybe the first page, then the 10th page, then the 20th page, so you can separate the number of the page numbers by commas, and it will print only those pages. Okay, then margins, you can set the margins, how much margins you want on the actual printout page. The orientation of the pages also can be specified, like whether you want it portrait or landscape. So if the I hope everybody knows what portrait and landscape means. Yes or no? Everybody knows what portrait and landscape mean? Good. Then page numbering, there's option for page numbering, like here you can see page number is written, so you can insert page numbers. You can choose where you want the page numbers to be, whether you want it to be on the right, on the left, in the center, on the right, or on the top of the page. Then adding custom page number is also a way possible, like in many cases, like here also you can see they have given 6.4.2, means this is the second point of the fourth sub point of the sixth chapter. Okay, so this kind of numbering can also be done. So there are so many options that Word offers you. So this is just Microsoft Word as a reference, but there are other word processing softwares as well available. Excuse me. Then here you can choose the settings, what kind of numbering you want, where you want Roman numbers, or first, second, third, or you want in alphanumericals like 1, 2, 3. Okay, or you want normal numbers or lowercase Roman numbers. Okay, so everything is possible. Then there is also setting to change the where from which page your first numbering starts. Like if you are trying to edit a book, in a book you may have seen that the front page or the index or contents page, or maybe the some kind of a preface, all these things do not have a page number. Okay, so that can also be adjusted from here. See, here they have given start numbering on a different page. So by following these steps you can start numbering on a different page. Then there are headers and footers. So there are options to add headers and footers. The top portion that you do not use, that is empty, is known as the header, and obviously the lower portion is known as the footer. So both of these can be edited. You can add various texts or symbols to the headers and footers. Okay. Similar to page numbers, you can add different types, different formats for it. Like here, above the number, you can write something, the name of the document. Okay, like in some of the books, you may have seen that on every page, on top of the page, the name of the book is written or the name of the chapter is written. Okay. Then footnotes and endnotes. What are footnotes and endnotes? Footnotes are uh, used in a printed document to explain, comment on, or provide references to text in a document. So many times in books or novels you may have seen that on the bottom of the page there are various asterisk symbols given, and after the asterisk symbol there are various definitions or things written. Some explanation of a difficult word or maybe a reference. See, here they have mentioned money management, which book they have taken that particular phrase from. So that is what a footnote or an endnote is. Okay, then next we come to references. So references can also be added in the footnotes, or maybe you can collect the references, you can input the references, and at the end you can list all the references. Now references are acknowledgements to work or to papers or to books from where you have taken some part of your text. Okay, then printing the document we have already seen. Then we come to mail merge, macros and charts. So we continue this tomorrow, okay, because there's not enough time left. So we will study this tomorrow, okay. I hope everybody has written their attendance in the chat box.